Hi everyone, this is Lisa from Happytohook Creations. Today is Monday, January 14th, 2019, and I believe this is podcast number 58. We're going to just dive right in because I've just been incredibly busy today, and I've already uploaded my 10 non-yarny things about me video. So I will also put a link in the description box, as well as all my other information. And I've been busy, but not too busy. We have been hit with some some stuff probably the last month. It was right around Thanksgiving that one of my husband's brothers found out that he has kidney cancer. So we were, waiting to see when his surgery was going to be, what treatment they were going to do, and it's an isolated cancer. They will have to remove part of his kidney, but he won't have to do chemo or radiation if they do it this way. So we are very grateful for that, and if you would just pray for him, that would be wonderful. And Amanda has more cysts that ruptured, so she's been dealing with that. And if anyone has had that, any woman, you would know that it is extremely painful. So she's a trooper, though. She's been working and working and working. And I always ask her, "Are you off? When do you have a day off?" She's like, "I'm off, Mom, but I think I'm just going to sleep." So I don't push the issue, but you'll see her eventually. You'll see her here again. But I'm glad that she's keeping busy and she's working. That's wonderful. My son, Nathan, has a new job that he started last Monday, a contractor. So we're very excited for him. And so far, so good. He may not like the fact that he has to get up at 5 o'clock in the morning, but he gets off at 2, so that's pretty good, I think. That's pretty good hours. I'm trying to think of what, oh my gosh, it's just been, there's been so much, my brain is just like, I don't know. It's been absolutely crazy the last 2 weeks. But I'm glad that my brother-in-law is fine, because his wife has leukemia. And, we're already going through some stuff with that. And, oh my goodness, it's just been absolutely crazy. And this Wednesday coming up, the 16th, will be another appointment that I go to see a breast surgeon to see what he wants to do with the remainder of the lumps. So, and these were caused by my auto accident in September. So, we're just just dealing with stuff, and I just haven't had time to really buckle down and crochet, because I've been between talking to on the phone and providing paperwork and going to the doctor's visits and dealing with everything else that's going on with our family. It's been crazy. And on top of that, my little sister Jennifer has recently been diagnosed with lupus. So we're just kind of taking everything a day at a time, getting all the information that we need to get for everyone that's going through a little bit of a rough patch. So we know what we're dealing with, we know what they're going to be going through, and how we as a family can provide support in any way, shape, or form. So that's what we've been doing. I think I've got everybody. Oh, let me think. Yeah, that's pretty much it. I do have several finished objects, because it has been about, I don't know, I think about 2 weeks since my last video. It might have been more than that. I have one whip and one acquisition. So let's get to the finished objects, shall we? I hope the lighting's good in here. It is, it's very overcast outside. And if you haven't seen my pictures from on Instagram, I believe, and Facebook, we got almost 9 inches of snow over the weekend. So all on Saturday. It snowed a little bit Sunday morning, but nothing too bad, I think. But like I said, over the weekend, Saturday and Sunday, we got almost 9 inches. So it snowed a little bit on Sunday for about an hour or so, and then it just tapered off. And so now the streets are clear, and there's huge piles of snow everywhere. This morning when I took the kids to school, it was like 9 degrees. It was ridiculously cold. I mean, ridiculous. But it wasn't a negative, so we're fine with that. The kids went outside, made a snowman. They, of course, named him Olaf. He's donning a. They used a broken piece. You know those big bubbles? They almost look like a miniature bat, but it's a thing of bubbles. Well, they had broken a green one off, and that's what they used for his nose because they only had little baby carrots, and they were like, "Hey, I'm gonna put a baby carrot on the nose." So they used that, and although his name's Olaf, he's got a pink headband on and a purple scarf. So I think he's adorable. And there was so much snow out in the yard. They went out there. Cameron did an angel, but he was totally covered with snow. So I had him stay on the deck. There was plenty of snow on the deck. And that's where they made the snowman, and they just left him back there. So they had a good time. I had hot chocolate waiting for them when they got out and came back in, and snacks. And then we sat down and watched, I think they wanted to watch Daddy Daycare. Not sure, but yeah. Anyway, they had fun. And what good is all that snow if you can't go out and play in it, right? Anyway, I'm sure I'll babble on more about other stuff. But and I did take a video of the snow, so I will splice that in at the end here, and you guys will get to see a little bit of what was going on over the weekend. And I'm trying to think, what else? What I've basically, I'm looking at my stack here. What I've basically been trying to do, on top of moving, because with everything that was going on, I haven't even touched this room. The last thing I did was, let me see if I can. The last thing I did was put some of my cake yarn up here. So I'm sure you can. Oh my gosh, that's really. Like, you don't want to see my finger. But yeah, so this part I don't think was done during the test video, and I was just starting to put all those in. So I haven't really touched a lot of stuff. I came in, grabbed some of the things that I needed, and then took like a basket and sat in the living room. And I have been using a lot of my my balled yarn that I put in my container. It's around here somewhere. But I have this big cheese ball container that I just put my leftover yarn in when I'm done working on a project, if it'll fit in there. So that's what I've been doing. So everything's kind of like hodgepodge, but I just wanted to use up as much as possible. I'm trying not to purchase a lot of yarn this year because I have so much. But I can't make any promises. I just can't. So, let's get into finished objects real quick. And I think I'll do the blanket first because that's the largest one. So, who is this for? Oh man, I can't remember. I think this is a friend of my sister's. They wanted just something to cover the baby up in when they're in their car seat. They don't want to keep it. They don't want to cover with a handle. Nothing major. Just when they're out traveling around or driving around. So I made a little blanket. Let's see here. Really pretty colors. I have no idea what they are. This was like a variegated, and I mixed it with white to get that look. I used a P-hook, and this is the linen stitch. I think it's the linen stitch. But anyway, it worked up really fast, and I didn't, as you can see, it's not very wide, but when we put it on the car seat, it fit perfect. So when he's sitting, he's just turned 2. We just sit this right in his lap. It'll cover up his legs and up to, it's just like this. So his little legs are covered and he's nice and warm. Because, I know you warm your car up, but when it's 9 degrees outside, the inside of your car is still going to be a little chilly. So she just wanted something that she could just grab that'll fit, that's small enough to fit in a diaper bag. So if you fold it, you can get it down to a pretty good size. So you just tuck that in, and probably even smaller than that. But I really like these colors. I wish I knew what colorway it was. If anybody sees this. Now like I said, it's variegated with white. I just mixed it with white so it could be a little bit thicker. But it's got really pretty turquoise and pinks and blue in there. It's really pretty. But yeah, I have no idea what it was. I just saw that ball and I thought, ooh, I wonder if this was enough to mix with white and make just like a little lap bands or gown. So it did. So that's the first one. I think there's only like 10 or 11 things, so nothing real major. And a lot of them are just like repeat things. Now this one I might just keep for myself. It wasn't made for anybody, any one person in particular. I saw this chunky yarn, and so I wasn't sure if I wanted to put a button, but I think a brown wooden button or two would look really nice. And I love the way this yarn feels. It's called Terracotta. It's Bernat Chunky Softy yarn. And Terracotta is the name. And it's just gorgeous. They're really pretty colors. So, and they're the ones that just go right over your head. So, yeah. Like I said, I've just been kind of, let me move everything forward here. Just been moving things up. Oops. Felt like there was a needle or something in there. It's kind of weird. This was Loops and Threads. And I had the paper here. You had the paper. I don't know where it went. I do know it's Loops and Threads though, but the color escapes me. It's just a variegated yarn. I wanted to whip up a hat real quick. I wanted to see if I could whip up a hat, and I was able to. So I was happy about that. And this didn't even take 30 minutes. So, and it's it's a 5 or 6. It is a chunky yarn. So, and I'll look and see if I find the colorway. I'll definitely mark that at the bottom. But I really like it. And it fits Cameron. I told you when I make something and if I know it's going to fit him, I go, Cameron, assume position. And he comes over and he puts his head down like this. So I can try the hat on, which I think is adorable. He's such a sweetheart. I made a hat for my niece. This was made for Nicole. I call her Nikki. So, this is Red Heart. I don't know if it's neon. Well, it looks neon. So it might be. But, yeah, it was just, like I said, it was just a ball of yarn that I had in there. I'll probably put a little bow. She doesn't have enough hair yet to attach, like to put a bow clip on there. But, I might just put one on her hat for her. Let's see. And she's 2, and this fits her. She's so cute. She's just adorable. And let's see. I found this really pretty yarn. I have no idea what it is or where it came from. It's 100% polyester, I bet, because it feels like Bernat blanket yarn. So it's got that nice soft texture with it. So I had just enough to make a little headband, which would probably fit Nicole. So I'll probably give it to her. But I really like those colors. They're just very vibrant. I love it. So, yeah. This almost looks... Everything had like bright colors today. I don't know. And I want to say this is probably Bernat yarn as well. But the colorway escapes me. So I just made a headband and cinched the middle. So it just looks a little different. And this probably will fit Nikki or her sister Jada. Yeah, this will probably fit Jada if she wears headbands. I don't see her wearing headbands a lot. She usually has her hair pulled up. So I made that one. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's 6 so far, so that's not too bad. Oh, let's see. Oh, and this one, the pom-poms are a little crooked, and so I'll have to fix it because I didn't tie it in a knot. I actually have been following Debbie from the Canadian Crocheters rule for not sealing the pom-pom. So it's tied, but it's tied in a bow. So then all they have to do is untie it and take it off in case they might not want it. So it can go without. I wasn't sure if I liked the fact that, because this is a Karen cake, it's a tea cake actually, in Winterberry. But I thought that was kind of neat how it kind of, it shows almost all gray, and then you've got this little bitty patch of the berry part. But I love the colors. That's gray and winterberry, purple, and I think it looks good. And then this was the leftover. This is what was left over with that one. And I don't know what, I know I made something else with it, because this was, again, a ball that was just put in there. And I want to say I probably made a cowl with part of that cake, and then this was left over. But I've since sold a cowl. But I just thought that would look neat. And of course I used the puff stitch and back post for the brim. So that turned out pretty well. It's nice and thick, even though it's holy, it's really thick. So I think it would be pretty warm for anyone. This one, I was actually just randomly going through Pinterest. I was looking for a hat, just something different. Because, I make the same type of hats all the time. So I wanted something just a little different. Sometimes you get in a funk and you think, oh, let's switch it up a little bit. Let's make something a little different. Because then that way you don't get little fuzzies flying all over the place. That way you don't get bored. And so I was looking up and I found this pattern on Rescued Paws website. So I'll put a link to that below. And she's now Rescued Paws is it's not the same person, but that's where you also, that's really bugging me. It's like a little piece of the yarn that's got the little fragments. It just makes me a little crazy. But anyway, Rescued Paws is also the website that has the pattern for the Caracal. Now the Caracal is by Krista Cagle, and I make that a lot. That's just such a great seller for me. And I really like this hat, and I wasn't really paying attention when I saw the chain amount. It didn't even register with me that this would not be an adult hat. So, with that being said, it's very small. So it's like my niece Nicole, size 2 maybe, or size 2. She's 2 years old, so this would probably fit. But isn't that just a really neat pattern? I liked it. I thought it was very nice. You just make it, and then you sew up the back, singe the top, put a pom-pom, or leave it blank, or leave it plain. So I left it plain for now, but I think I will put a pom-pom. This isn't the right color, but see, I just think it looks good with a pom-pom on it. So yeah, I'll put a pom-pom. But it's really nice. I really, really like it. So I will be making an adult size, and it whips up really fast. So, because like I said, you just make a rectangle panel, and then you fold it in half, you sew it up, then you cinch the top, and ta-da! And you could probably, what I did was I did 2 rows of single crochet at the bottom instead of just leaving it blank, because I just thought it looked better. So that's what I did. And I really like it. And it's called the pom-pom hat. So I guess I do have to put a pom-pom on there. I don't know. It's really neat. So I'm going to try it with a chunky yarn. And I'm also going to try with like a number 3. This is a number 4. This is Vanna White. Oh, is this it? Let's see. Aspen Tweed. That's not it. Is that it? Look, I'm looking to see. Nope, this is not it, because that's a number 6. This is definitely not a number 6. This is a number 4. But I know I use a lot of Vanna White in this color. So when I get the color, because it's got like the little, can you see the little flecks in there? You might not be able to see it. But anyway, super cute, super fast to work up, and I used an eye hook. So, yeah. So then I had made one hat already for a customer of mine from where I used to work. And when she found out she had cancer, breast cancer, she went ahead and had her head shaved after her 2nd or 3rd treatment. And then she asked me if I would make her some hats. So this is the lady that brought me like 10 skeins of yarn and said, I just want you to make me one hat. You can keep the yarn. So that's what I did. And This is made, these items, I just used the rest of the skein up. Just used it up. And this is number 804, Surprise Stripe. And it's I love this yarn. Super soft. So that's the label for it. I don't have a picture of the one I made her, but I was able to get this granny square hat made. And if you don't know about these granny square hats, they're cool because they start with a granny square, and then then you go in the round, and it starts forming a hat because you skip a step. Instead of doing like the 3 and then chain 2 on the corner, you're just going to do 3 when the square gets to the size that you want. And this is Claire from Bob Wilson 123, who is awesome, by the way. I've been watching her for a long time. She is just wonderful. And this color is just, look at all those colors. And I just put, looks like 3 rows, single crochet. And I used an eye hook. I used the same eye hook for this one as well. So I got 2. So far, that's 2. The first one was just a regular, I think I used either a single crochet or a half double because it was for her chemo hat. So I wanted it to have really nice small stitches, no holes. So keep her little head nice and warm. So that's 2 I got out of that one skein. And then patrolling the, patrolling? No, that's not right. I wasn't patrolling. It kind of makes it sound like I was like snooping or something. So I was searching the internet, actually Pinterest, for ear warmers because the kids had gone outside and played, and Jordan kept complaining about her ears being cold. So I stumbled upon, yet again, Repeat Crafter Me. She's just awesome. She had this wonderful headband. Look at that. You cinch the middle, and then you make this little band. This is, boy, I'll tell you, if you needed to make a gift for a young girl or a woman, this would be the one because it was very fast. And this, I believe, is also the linen stitch because it's single crochet, double crochet, single crochet, double. And you always have to end on a double. So there's that. And I think it turned out really well. I like it. So, and it's so soft. And it's very pliable. So I think it'll be good. And I was able to get one more thing out of there. I had to borrow from some yarn. So, but my husband was like, just do it. It won't look bad at all. So I was able to make a small hat. Pom-pom. And I would give this to Nikki, or I call her Nikki, but she doesn't have enough hair. She doesn't have hardly any hair at all. So I'll probably just donate this hat because there's nobody in the family that'll wear it. But I had glowworm, which I used here. You can tell that the greens are a little bit different, but it kind of flows really well. I agreed with Jack that it kind of went okay, and you can't really tell that, oh, that doesn't belong there. So I had, like I said, I had a little ball of glowworm, and so I made 3 rows of front and back post, and this hat was done. So I was able to get a regular beanie, a messy beanie, an ear warmer, and a granny square hat from one skein of yarn. I thought that was pretty cool. So really feel accomplished when you can get all that out of just one thing of yarn. So that was cool. I also have been making more cup cozies. I don't have any of the smaller ones for actual coffee cups. These are for like a Starbucks cup if you go to Starbucks. So you just slide that on there. This was leftover green. I don't even, it seems really fuzzy. But yeah, I just found a green button and just added a button to it. I had just enough to make one. None left over. And this one as well. This was left over from a shawl that I had made last year. So you see the sparklies. It was a holiday one. Like hot pink with sparkles. It's really pretty. So there's that. Let me slide that over there because everything's starting to fall over. So let me move it. Okay. The last 3 items that I had were This was the leftover yarn from when I was sitting making these at the table of my last craft fair because I had ran out. But I was smart enough to realize if I ran out, that I might run out because of the type of year that it was. And so I just put some in my container that I have all my finished objects in. And I was sitting there, and Amanda was and I both, and we were just sitting there and we were crocheting the scrubbies. So this is the last one from that one. I know I have two of these because I bought two each. It's the Scrubology from Hobby Lobby when they were having their huge sale last year. And then these two. I think this is some kind of a Southwestern themed one, but so far it's just three. But they really sell well. And I only sell these for $2, so they feel really nice. And they don't scratch up your pots or anything. So that's definitely a plus, guys. Oh, man, that's it. Seems like I was busier than that. But I've been watching other podcasters, and there's several things that I want to make that they've been making. So that's going to be fun because I will be doing that. Oh, I do have one whip. And I think I showed this on Instagram. But this is the pom-pom hat from Rescue Dogs Paws. Rescue Paws. Okay, so here it is. It just kind of starts like this. And it gives you several different chain options from small to adult large. And this is like the stitch here. Puff stitch. Now this is a number 3. And I'm using an H hook. I think the H hook might be too big. So I might have to frog this and go back down. Because I'm just not liking the way it's feeling. So. And it will be it'll cinch this up. This might be too big. That's kind of big for a hat. Although I have a big head, so. And I'm using Loops and Threads, Joy DK. And this is Mojito. That's the colorway. And it's so pretty. I cannot wait to get to the blue. It's just a really pretty color. But I definitely think I'm going to frog this one and probably get, I don't know, an F or a G hook. It recommends an H hook. Maybe I was using an H hook, but it just feels like it's kind of stretching the yarn a bit. I just think the holes are too big. I don't know. It could just be me. So it might not. But I would definitely want it. It just doesn't feel like it's the right size. So I'll probably go down a hook size and see what happens with that. I think it'll be, well, that's just going to stay on the floor. Okay, ladies and gents, my first acquisition this year, I think. I hope. Anyway, I did go to Hobby Lobby. They were having a 30% off sale. And I was all alone. And so, yeah, I was looking at all this beautiful yarn. And I was thinking, I don't need any more yarn. That was part of me. The other part of me said, heck yeah, you do. So I did buy this, but it's super, super pretty. And the minute I walked by it, I thought, man, that's going to make a really great hat. So I'm going to make a beanie out of this. It is the Sugar Wheel cotton. Look at that. The color is Sprinkles on Top. Look at those colors. This is gorgeous. You guys know how I am on my brights. And I like my neutrals because my house is actually done in like, my brightest color is the burgundy. And actually it's beet. That's what color it is. Beet number 2. I don't know. It's been like this crazy color for a while. But in all my other rooms, there's like sage, off-white. This guest room here to the right of me as you go out of my door or my craft room, I made that in, the colors are warm caramel and linen. So yeah. And then the bathroom is chocolate, tans. So but I think this would be super cool. I think somebody should show me their living room if they have all these beautiful colors in it. Isn't that nice? I should have bought more than one. But this is 335 yards. So it's 5 ounces, 100% cotton. And the suggested needle size It says US 7, 4.5 millimeter hook. So I think that's a J. I mean a J. I think it's a G. Because it's pretty. Oh, there it is. Does it say if it's a 3-ply? Well, it doesn't say, but it looks like it could be. It's pretty thin. But yeah, I can't wait to whip it up because it's going to be absolutely gorgeous. It's a really pretty color. I just really like that. Actually, I'll put that back over here. Now, so that's it. That was my one only whip, and I think, can we count them? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. So 14 little items, and I'm, like I said, I'm just using up a lot of my balls of yarn that I've got to make room, because man, couldn't bring the bookcases in this room, so as you know, I really had to make other arrangements. I gave my sister a lot of yarn, bless her heart, and then I gave a lot to charity, because a lot of that was gifted to me, and it's like really old yarn. Like it had a Walmart, Woolworth. I got something that had a Woolworth tag on it. Woolworth hasn't been open in I don't know how long, because I used to work for a company that owns that, so I used to get my discount at a Woolworth's. So it's been a while, and the yarn looked old, and that was my thing. And I didn't look online to see how you could revive your yarn to make it look newer or whatever. I just thought someone else out there is looking for yarn at a good price. Let me just give it away. So I did, and she took some because she had been wanting to start crocheting again. I taught her how to crochet, and I told you, as I mentioned before, it was very difficult because she is the only one out of all of my siblings that's left-handed. What the heck? So it was so frustrating for me because when I first taught her, there wasn't any YouTube videos that I found for left-handed, and she wouldn't have followed it anyway. She's just not. She's more of a show me how to do it, and then, that's when I'm going to do it in person instead of on TV. But she crochets right-handed. When we used to bowl, she bowls right-handed. So if it's easier for her, I told her, I said, she says, I know that sounds silly. I'm like, nah, not really. People do it all the time. So, I gotta show my mug. I'm not sure if I showed you guys. My friend Kim and her, this is my best friend. My best friend Kim and her husband Jeff went on a cruise, and they went to Alaska and Canada. My Canada one is in my china cabinet. I locked it up. But I had coffee. I was drinking coffee in this. And see, it's kind of got like, I don't know, northern lights, iridescent light. I don't know. It's very pretty. I love it. She knows how I am about my mugs, so she brought me two. I was very excited. Okay, so here's my next thing. Well, let's get back to the yarn. So you've seen my whips. You've seen my FOs. I was watching, I think it was TL Yarns. Tony, she was talking about a temperature blanket. I have been wanting to do a temperature blanket for a long time. And I know it's already the 14th, but I really, really want to start one. Oh, it's just been crazy. So I've been looking on Pinterest, of course, because, we're only 14 days in. So that to me is not that big of a deal. I would just love it. Now, my thing is, all the temperature blankets out there that I've been seeing pictures of are, of course, all these bright rainbow colors and neon colors and just really like boom out there. In order for it to go in my living room or even in the guest room or somewhere else, it would have to be more neutral. So I was looking through my yarn, and I don't want to say if, I want to say when, because I would really like to make one. When I start my temperature blanket, and mind you, I do know it's already the 14th, but when I start my blanket, the colors I'm going to use are sage/soft fern, because I have 3 of one and only 2 of the other, and I don't know if I can even find soft fern anymore, but I think soft fern would be perfect. But sage is pretty close. So I figured these are the colors: sage, linen, I can't read that. Oh, chocolate, off-white, black, and gray. So there you go. And they're all going to be, I love this yarn. It's just nice and soft. And my husband was like, well, why don't you just make it with that chunky yarn? Because that'll be a nice big heavy blanket. I'm like, yeah, but it's chunky yarn, so you're going to need twice as much of the colors, in order to do it. So I thought, nah, I'll just go ahead and stick with, I was going to do Red Heart, but most of my Red Heart yarn is bright colors, and I didn't want to use bright colors. So unless something else comes up or someone else has a suggestion for colors. Now, my living room is white and just one wall where our couch is. Got my Thomas Kincaid pictures up there, and it's that back wall is the color is beet. So it took like 3 coats to get it just the way I wanted it. Jack about killed me. He was like, "Oh, why'd you pick this color?" But it looks so pretty. And like I said, the rest are like warm chocolates and sage and tans. So those are the colors I would like to choose. And if anyone else out there has started a temperature blanket, put it down there. The description below, let me know. And I would love to see a picture of what it looks like so far. So head on over to our Happytohook chat, our group on Facebook. If you're not a member, I want you to become a member. And because we got some talented people on this group, I'm telling you. You need to head on over there and ask to join and show pictures of your temperature blanket. They've got temperature blankets, temperature shawls. I do believe that Jennifer from Fiberflux did a shawl last year, which I was also wanting to do. So that's something that I might tackle next year as well. But the temperature blanket is something I've definitely had my mind set to do for several years now. By gosh, I'm going to do it. Why not? Oh, why the heck not? So anyway, back to the yarn. I mean, we're back to yarn. So I'm moving stuff around and putting things back where they belong. And I found some gorgeous yarn. So you guys, I need some suggestions. Let me show you this gorgeous yarn I found. It is just rainbow. That's all it says. It's 100% natural cotton. Okay. Look at those colors. Can you see those colors? Look at that. Aren't those gorgeous? I mean, ugh. And I thought, oh yeah, dishcloths or soap savers. But, and this is all I have. I don't have anything else. I found this one, and then I have one all yellow. And they're all cotton. Yep, this is 100% cotton as well. 50 grams in each one. Let's see if there's... Doesn't say how many yards or anything. Well, it says 170 meters. But the yellow one's nice. The yellow one I could probably make, I might have enough to make a shirt. It's possible. But, I just want you to see those colors. They're just beautiful. I've got so much cotton. I want to do something with it. I mean, you guys did, yeah. That's not where they go. I'm like, why won't that fit? Because I didn't have it in there. I had it over on the other side. Anyway, and I need to introduce you to someone. She's freaking everybody out. They don't like her. They don't like her at all. But this, ladies and gents, is Esmeralda. I gave her a name. Yes. I needed, and see it says a training head. I needed something to for my ponytail, but she came with a lot of hair. I mean, oh my gosh. So I've been using her to take pictures with my white background for my ponytail hats and my regular ones as well. She's kind of got a small head though. Kind of like a kid's head, but that's okay. They fit on there and they do their job. But like she was laying down on her side like this, and Cameron came in here and he says, "Nana." I'm like, "What's wrong, honey?" He goes, "She's staring at me." So I had to put something over her head because Cameron was like, "I don't like her. She creeps me out." And Jack said the same thing. He goes, "Would you tell her to stop staring at me?" I go, "I would if she were real." People get weird around stuff like this. I don't know. I thought it was funny. But anyway, yeah. I got her on Amazon. Man, and I had been looking and looking for something that already had her face made up and hair, and her hair is really long. But I believe this was $10, maybe 15. It wasn't very much. And this, she's got a hold in her neck because you can mount her on the side of the table because she's training for like cosmetology. But well, wait a minute. That sounded really weird. She isn't training for anything, but this is a training head for people who would like to become a cosmetologist. There, that sounds better. Anyway, she serves my purpose very well. That's all I care about. So I've got her sitting here on my, on my shelf. Oh my gosh, it just tickles me when they're like, she's staring at me. Oh my goodness. Anyway, I'm trying to think of what else. That's probably it. I know it doesn't seem like I am absolutely freezing. I'm telling you, I got to turn the heat up. It's cold. It's what time is it here? 3:30 in the afternoon. It's 21 degrees outside. That's our high. It's like ooh, it's super super cold. I've got my pom pom here. I was cleaning things up and I found this cool pom pom, and I remembered that Miss Teresa made this for me. You remember making this, Teresa? Well, I found a color. A hat, a nice shade of blue, a deft blue actually, and I think it would look really nice. So I'm going to whip a hat up and I'm going to attach this pom-pom because it's so nice and fluffy and it makes me happy. So I think that's it. I don't want to go. I'm just trying to remember if I have everything that I need. So yeah, so I'm going to show you the picture of this yarn again. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's 10 skeins, 50 grams each, 170 meters. What do you guys think this should be? It's 100% cotton. Because I bet they'd all make baby hats. That would be cute. But man, I just wanted to do something that would be really awesome. So if you can think of anything, leave me a description or leave me a message below and we'll discuss it. Also, if any of you guys live in a state where you've received some snow, you got some snow over the weekend, call me. Send me a message and let me know how much you got and how do you like this weather. We don't mind it. I mean, I was a little freaked out when we moved here because we got all this snow maybe the second year. The second or third year we moved here in 94. Well, I moved here in 94. My husband was born and raised here until he moved when he was a teenager to New Mexico, which is where I met him. But we got hit with a bunch of snow. I think it started like on a Friday and it snowed continuously. It was crazy. And they measured that we had gotten maybe 18 to 22 inches of snow, somewhere around there. They cleaned those streets and they were like, yep, the kids are going to school because the roads aren't treacherous at all. And I remember calling my mom and I'm like, these people are crazy. They want my child to go to school. And there's like all this, I'm like, there's all this snow everywhere. And it was just hilarious. It was hilarious. So yeah, 8 or 9 inches, drop in the bucket for us. So let me know if you got any snow over the weekend, how much it was, like how many inches that you got, and how you like that. Because I know some people are like, oh yeah, we got all the snow, it's great. And others are like, oh, yay, we got the snow, great. So anyway, that's it. I'm going to get off here because I actually am in the mood to crochet, like maybe a blanket. Warm me up. I haven't even brought my Bernat blanket yarn up here from downstairs. So maybe I should go down in the closet again and get some, make like a nice big blanket. I don't know. I need to get started on my temperature blanket is what I need to do. So anyway, you guys have a wonderful day. Wonderful evening. Trying to think. Oh, I did want to tell you that Jack and I started eating healthy. We don't want to say dieting, but we started eating healthier January 1, and we're 14 days in, and I am 9 pounds lighter, and Jack is 16 pounds lighter. 16 pounds. Why is it that men lose weight quicker than women? What's the deal with that? That man's lucky. I love him. That's all I got to say. I told him, you're lucky you're my hubba hubba. That's what I tell him. He got on the stairs and goes, hey, babe, I'm down 16 pounds. How much have you lost? And I'm like, 9. He says, well, that's good. And I go, yeah, uh-huh. And then I looked over at him and I said, you're lucky you're my hubba hubba. He just looked at me so cute. I love that goofball. Anyway, sorry, rambling. I haven't been to sleep. I woke up really early and I've had coffee and just kind of catching up on stuff. So everything that I've talked about, the yarn material, hooks that I use, I will put all that in the description box below when I'm uploading this video. We're going to talk again soon because I want to do a giveaway. I had talked in my tester video about giving away items that I've already made because I've got so much stuff and it's just kind of piling up. Now, I've already given some of this stuff away and someone has contacted me about my baby blankets. So those are going this week. Oh, who was that? I know I wrote it down. I'll have to go back and I'll go back and check. I know you know who you are. You messaged me. I do have 6 baby blankets for you. So I'll get those shipped off hopefully before the end of the week. And by then the snow will have melted a little bit. And I believe that's it for now. Yeah, that's it. Hope you guys are having a great day. And man, 2 weeks is just entirely too long. I might have to just upload another video just to keep this going. Anyway, you guys have a wonderful Monday. Yeah, wonderful Monday. That's it. It's Monday. It's got to be wonderful. For those of us that are working, not me anymore. The day's almost over for you if you get off at 5. So that'll be good. Anyway, I'm going to go make me some hot tea. Happy hooking. I will see you when I see you. Bye. So Jack decided to run outside and throw snowballs at the children downstairs. Ugh. Oh, come on. Who doesn't like playing in the snow? This is awesome. Although I'm glad I'm tucked in my house nice and warm.